Right now at noon, Reddings Mill firefighters remember a colleague.
And we finally have cooler temps ahead of the storms last night.
Plus, community members in Joplin bring the heat to raise funds for some furry friends.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A suspected lightning strike in Galena, Kansas leads to an early morning church fire. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Snowy. At around 3:30 a.m., firefighters responded to a fire at the Christ Point Church in Galena on the Kansas-Missouri state line this morning. And the fire was contained to the Student Life Center in the west portion of the building. Christ Point Church released a statement saying in part, quote, "Please be praying as we navigate this situation and showing thanks as it wasn't worse. We love you and will get through this," end quote. Galena Fire tells us a suspected lightning strike ignited the fire. Now let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney for a look at the forecast.
Well, we finally had some rain last night. That did cool us off, and clouds are starting to push out of there. You can see 7th range line. We started off the day with mostly cloudy skies behind those rainstorms, but luckily, we did get some rain. We needed it. We haven't gotten rain in quite some time. Not a ton of accumulation, though. Near Stockton, north of Nevada, about an inch of rain near Mound City as well. And also in spots near Yates Center and then south of Chanute, about an inch. Everywhere else was a 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch of rain. Not a ton, but any rain was welcome. Now we've got mostly clear skies that will continue for the next couple of days. Temperatures only reaching upper 60s right now. We've got that north breeze, about 15 to 20 miles per hour. So it's a great day today. Temperatures really only reaching mid 70s, mid to upper 70s, and then lower 70s tomorrow. But I'll have more details coming up.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. Well, the Reddings Mill Fire Protection District is mourning the loss of their fellow firefighter, Tucker Berry. Firefighter Tucker Berry passed away in an incident involving a golf cart Sunday at the age of 21. KOAM's Melissa Alexis spoke to the fire department about the impact Berry had on the community.
He had drive and ambition that would rival anyone I've ever met.
Dedicated is the word Tucker Berry's coworkers use to describe him.
He always gave it 100%, 110%. Everything he did, he wanted to do better. Whether that was in the fire service, in this community.
Deputy Chief Metcalf says Berry lived the fire department's motto, which was "We care," and he even got custom suspenders with the phrase on it.
So he could see it every time he put his gear on, and he understood the mission.
The 21-year-old worked at Reddings Mill Fire Protection District for a year and a half before his tragic passing.
He's never going to be a person that really has anybody dislike him, and you're not going to you're just going to be a better person by hanging out with him.
We're a very close-knit family, and we would work outside of work on other projects, and he was willing to do it at no cost.
A close-knit bond, he says he will miss. He says this is a big loss, not only for the fire department, but also for the community. Reporting in Reddings Mill, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
Now, the firefighters say he's known for his community service in the fire service and in his hometown of Lockwood, Missouri. The Webb City Police Department hosted its annual Badges and Burgers fundraiser at the Webb City Fire Department yesterday. Now, all proceeds will stay in the community, and organizations like the Senior Center, United Way, and more will benefit from the funds. Ridgeline Roofing and Solar's second annual chili cook-off brought the heat this morning, and all to help raise funds for the Joplin Humane Society. Now, it was $20 for contestants to enter their pot of chili and $10 for attendees to taste.
Actually, we were camping in Colorado and ran across a KOA that was having a chili cook-off. I didn't have anything to do. They were doing it for a good cause, so we decided to kind of mimic what they were doing.
Now, first place in the cook-off won $500 and a trophy. Now, awards were also given out to second and third place chilies. McDonald County Schools celebrated the opening of a new storm shelter with a ribbon cutting ceremony. Now, the shelter located at the White Rock Elementary in Jane, Missouri is one of 6 being built across the district thanks to a $21.5 million bond issue passed by voters in 2022. Now, the new shelter will provide improved safety for students, staff, and the community, but will also serve as additional educational space.
Well, for one, pride in our community, pride in our building, pride in our schools. We want people to realize that we care about our students and we want our students to be safe. And I say students and staff as well. We want them to be able to come to school and have a safe environment for learning and a safe environment for activities as well.
And once the construction projects are completed, every school in the McDonald County R1 school district will have an accessible storm shelter. Well, people in Southeast Kansas headed to the Outreach Health Fair in Pittsburgh yesterday. The event at the Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas featured all types of health screenings, including dental and vision, lead testing, and more.
We have a lot of members of Sunflower Health Plan here in this vicinity in Southeast Kansas, and we know that access to care can be a challenge, and so it's important to us that we are able to meet members and people of the community where they're at.
Various area groups and businesses such as Hy-Vee and the Crawford County Health Department made the screenings possible. Vernon County Fairgrounds Innovative Missouri rolled out a youth fair yesterday. Now, the theme of the event was Transition to Your Finish Line, Rev Up Your Future. The event, which included vendors and a car show, also provided information and resources for youth with the disabilities as they make the transition into adulthood. Well, coming up, we meet a cheerleader from Lamar High School with autism. And later, we're making Drive 'em Wild potatoes in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Now, we're bringing back our Talk of the Town series, highlighting individuals across the 4 states who are making a positive impact in their communities. Today, we introduce you to a 15-year-old student from Lamar, Missouri, who's doing just that. Under the Friday night lights, Lillian Van Gilder stands out from the rest. Diagnosed with autism at just 3 years old, she's embraced her differences and turned them into strengths.
Yeah, I did Shreya. I did good, Dad.
You did do good.
And there's no question her enthusiasm is contagious.
Are you ready for the game tomorrow night?
Ready.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Lillian's joy radiates, and not just on the field, but throughout their entire town of Lamar.
She has been a light ever since she was born. We've had multiple people tell us that her smile changed their day. She's just a light, and I mean, she kind of speaks for herself.
As Lillian navigates the world of high school, she's able to find self-expression through cheering with her teammates.
We all hit challenges, and for her, cheerleading just makes her happy. You know, it's an outlet for her. You know, it's hard being a teenager and going through, you know, all the changes that you do, and with being autistic, not being able to actually like verbally express your emotions and stuff. Sometimes that's a little overwhelming, but cheer has been awesome for her.
Brady, a lifelong friend and Lamar football player, has watched Lillian grow into the person she is today.
I'm really proud of her. She definitely grew up. She's a lot more mature now. She is definitely better as a person, and she's pretty awesome.
On game days, Lillian is the heartbeat of the Lamar Tigers, counting down to kickoff with an excitement that can be felt from the stands.
She loves games. She will count down games from the beginning of the week all the way through. Like, it'll be Tuesday, and she'll tell me it's Wednesday, then Thursday, and then it's Friday football, and she is pumped all week for football. She gets super excited when we get out there.
And her teammates rally behind her.
They want her positive and happy, and they are more than willing to help lift her spirits and make sure that she's having a good time and enjoying being where she is for the day. So they love having her there.
Fans even come to the games just to see her cheer.
You know, I've had people, at least one person every single game, come to me afterwards and be like, I enjoy watching Lily so much. Like, thank you for allowing her to, you know, go out there and express herself and do this.
And Lillian is more than just a cheerleader. She's a beacon of inspiration for the entire community.
She walks into a room with joy and she changes the whole atmosphere.
Yeah, she does.
And she's been that way her entire life.
And as she joins her team in chants and cheers, Lillian has captured the hearts of many. She embodies the spirit of a small Midwest town, a community united by support and love. And that's why Lillian Van Gilder is the talk of the town. Well, Lillian and the Lamar High School cheerleaders will wrap up their season at the end of the month. Now, if you know someone making an impact in their community, you can nominate them on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, by visiting the Talk of the Town page under the Community tab. And still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
We have a side dish today that'll drive your gang wild. One taste and you'll know why. And talk about super easy.
And following some storms last night, we actually have cooler temperatures for the weekend, and we'll talk about that right after the break. Finally got some rain last night, and it is dropping our temperatures for the weekend. Let's go ahead and take a look outside. Downtown Pittsburgh, we've got sunny skies now. Clouds have started to clear out, though we started off the morning with overcast conditions and a bit breezy as well. But it's going to feel much better today than it did yesterday with our record high temperature of 90 degrees, which beat out the previous record that was set back in 2003. That was 88 degrees. So we were really hot yesterday. We got what were still well above average, even in the 70s. Average this time of year should be in the mid to upper 60s. But that's okay because we've finally got some rain, and I know everyone has been needing that in the 4 states, but clouds are starting to clear out and we're back to sunny skies, at least for the next week or so. Now, winds will continue to gust up to 25, 30 miles per hour even through the evening tonight, and even pick up a little bit just ahead of 10 p.m. Now, they do die down and we have a nice Saturday. Winds pick back up Saturday nights. If you're planning nights out on the town this weekend, it's going to be a bit windy. Now, temperatures today getting into the upper 70s around the area. Not so bad. Much cooler than it was yesterday, and then even cooling down for the weekend. Now, by 6 p.m., down to 72 degrees, and then we're dropping down to upper 50s by midnight. And yesterday, we were in the low 70s by midnight, so this is about 15 degrees cooler than yesterday. Now, after tomorrow, we've got a cool day down in the low 70s, but Sunday we start to warm back up as this ridge builds over our area, so that high pressure, that warmer air starts to move into the area, and we're going to be back into the 80s, mid 80s by Monday. And it's also going to be mostly cloudy as well on Monday, most of the day, but this weekend is going to be fantastic. 73 degrees on Saturday, sunny skies again, so much cooler day on Saturday. 78 on Sunday, we're starting that warm up, and then we head into Monday and it's going to be much warmer. Now, our overnight lows tonight dropping down to upper 40s, not so cold, but it's a nice chilly start to Saturday morning. And again, sunny skies for most of the weekend. Temperatures warm back up to the 80s for our highs and 60s for our lows, mid to upper 60s. Now, Tuesday, winds pick up. We're going to start to see gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour again. And then we've got thunderstorms rolling in Wednesday night, and that is a cold front that's moving in just ahead of Halloween. And luckily, looks like clearing out early Thursday morning, so just in time to cool us off down to low 70s for a high on Halloween. And we actually don't see the rain in the afternoon, only in the morning, so it'll be perfect for trick-or-treating. Though luckily, we do have more shower chances that kick back up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So hopefully next weekend, we're going to see a lot of rainfall potential. Plus, temperatures are going to be back down into the mid to lower 70s for the weekend, next weekend, and even reaching mid 60s by Sunday.
We got some rain last night. Some more rain next week would be great. But hey, this weekend, beautiful.
Definitely going to be great this weekend. I'm not looking forward to those highs in the 80s again.
Sure.
I mean, that's still like 20 degrees above what it should be this time of year. But definitely looking ahead to Halloween, going to be great.
Yes.
Next weekend, every day having a chance of rain. I'm hoping to get some good amount of rainfall.
Yeah, what a way to start off November. That'd be great.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, stick around. We're making Drive 'em wild potatoes in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back. Well, here's the perfect recipe to kick off the weekend. Today's Mr. Food recipe is the perfect sidekick to any delicious main dish. Howard's making Drive 'em wild potatoes in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If you love mashed potatoes, then put down the remote and pay close attention to what we're making today. I'm sure you probably have a bunch of different ways to make them, and I bet they're all good. But we just came up with a way that'll definitely drive your gang wild. We start off with a good amount of mashed potatoes, and those can be store-bought, homemade, or instant. To that, we add some shredded mozzarella cheese, sour cream, bacon bits, chives, and a touch of black pepper. This gets spooned into a baking dish before topping it with more mozzarella cheese. Then we'll pop this in the oven, and when the top is golden, it's done. What we end up with is the creamiest, cheesiest, and most flavorful whipped potatoes you've ever eaten. As a matter of fact, they're so good, we call them Drive 'em wild potatoes. And like all of our recipes, you can find them online. And yes, they'll drive 'em wild. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a wild and crazy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Drive 'em crazy?
Well, those look absolutely delicious. Well, you can find the recipe for those Drive 'em wild potatoes along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just head on over to our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
Well, we finally have cooler temperatures for the weekend, mid-70s to upper 70s today. Nice. We had some clouds earlier, but overall it's going to be a great looking day. And this weekend down to lower 70s. And then we start to warm up as we head into the work week.
All right. Well, this weekend's going to be great. I know. I feel like it might be just like the last little bit of nice, sunny, calm weather before we start getting into those winter months.
I am okay to get into the winter months, so it has been too long that we've been in above average temperatures. I mean, it's fall. It should be in the 60s at least by now, not the 90s.
Well, get on it, Lindsay.
I'm sorry. I'm slacking, I guess. That's on me.
All right. Well, thanks. Well, coming up tonight at 5, technology meets fashion. Now, we're going to take a look at how one company is redefining how you connect with your clothes and the world around you. Plus, farmers in Cherokee County, Kansas come together to harvest the crops after losing one of their own. And Missouri Southern raises awareness for breast cancer. You can join us for those stories and a whole lot more on KOAM News at 5. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day.